Find these guys on any Austin stage and you're likely to find this. Hundreds of kids and their parents jumping, jiving, and jiggling in full body convulsions. And we're not just talking about the kids. This is the Biscuit Brothers, a group of guys and a gal based in Austin, committed to quality children's programming. And you can see they're hooking their audience. The Biscuit Brothers, that's Dusty there, are always in character, on stage and in front of a camera.
But where are we going?
Where are we going? Well, back to the farm here in a second.
They have a king-sized future with a kid-sized focus on keeping their magic alive for the audience.
For the Biscuit Brothers.
Next step for the Biscuit Brothers, well,
sister.
For me would be dinner and then probably a nap.
But if you want to know where they are going is into season 6.
Well, the message we always say is go make music. We want kids to go out there and make things that make the world better, like music does.
Buford Biscuit, or Alan Robertson, co-created this kids show quartet with Jerome Schooler. The pair has had their hand in writing, acting, and directing for various productions, including documentaries, off-Broadway plays, and comedy shows. All that leads them to be a beacon of encouragement for their tiniest of fans, the children.
The thing is you do know how, but you don't know that you know how. So first, let's see if you have rhythm, right? Okay, so if you have rhythm, I'll do a rhythm and then you do one, right?
Okay.
Okay, now try this one. Okay, so now you're a drummer already, right? Yeah, and if you're singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you can even change the words. You can change the words for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and now you're writing lyrics, and you're making your own music.
Buttermilk is Jill Liebernight, a thespian, theater teacher, and yes, full-time real estate agent. She really lives the motto she teaches in character.
Anything that you do in life, it's better when you take the time to rehearse it and become comfortable with it. It helps you build confidence.
That's right.
So whether it's singing or washing the dishes or feeding the animals, the baby instruments,
I learned the
or
hard
your own
way.
patience.
Off the Biscuit Brothers live stage, away from the crowds and kids, the drums and the bass, the equipment and the rock star scene, is the solemn place known as Pioneer Farms. This is the spot where the Biscuit Brothers tape most of the show. Remember the quartet we mentioned? The show wouldn't be complete without Damon Brown and his plethora of talents. You could say he's got a hand in another famous face on the program, Tiny Scarecrow, a character who is always stuffed up with eternal hay fever. What do you enjoy most about these guys over here?
These guys, you mean the Biscuit Brothers or this guy? I'm not really sure who this guy is. He seems very knowledgeable, and from time to time I see him hanging around with a camera, and he seems to be attached to me, carrying me around from time to time as well. But I'm not really, we haven't ever been formally introduced. I'll just put it that way. I'm a little uncomfortable with his presence. I absolutely enjoy it. Biscuit Brothers started kind of as a, it was definitely a project that Buford and Dusty, who some may know as Alan and Jerome, they created the characters and they were performing them as a live show. And then they brought me in when we decided to develop it into a television program for KLRU.
And when the group expanded, All Hands on Deck helped launch the TV series.
So many different things came together to make it work. We had so many volunteers that kind of came out of the woodwork that wanted to help us. People who were going to help us with production, people who were make us making props and making puppets. I'm not, your present company excluded, of course, not you, like you. Tiny Scarecrow is, of course, real, an actual Tiny Scarecrow. We would never consider him a puppet of any kind.
Brown says it's been thought the Biscuit Brothers couldn't have been born at any place except Austin because of all the volunteers making a real family show about music and the music capital of the world.
After we started making the show, we realized, well, we're really just making a show that we would want to see. And we were all in our 30s and 40s. And so then that kind of translated into a program that parents enjoyed and that grandparents enjoyed. And that's really what ultimately we wanted, was a show that families would sit down and watch together, not something that would be a babysitter.
Ducks, give me some trumpet. Yeah. I hear music all across the land.
Despite the characters' confidence, the show's success surprised them at the way it's grown since the first season in 2005.
Especially because it developed in ways that we had never imagined. We didn't know, when we started out to make it, we didn't know what our milestones were going to be, what the mile markers were going to be. So sometimes we didn't know we'd passed one until we suddenly went past and go, oh, we just passed a milestone. We just did a Christmas show. Isn't that cool? Because we had never planned for those things. We didn't know that it would be successful or popular.
But it is, and just like when the Biscuit brothers and sister were young, watching the Charlie Brown Christmas special the only way people did in those days, by making an appointment to sit down and watch it, they also wanted that for their audience.
We remembered that, and we wanted to be kind of a part of that legacy by making a Christmas show, so that's how that came about.
And there is plenty of opportunity for it. Biscuit brothers believe they air in about 30 markets across the country. They're not exactly sure because PBS stations aren't required to report the free programming they run.
But late at night when I'm asleep, haven't done what I'm to do, they go. Moo, 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 moo. They go. Moo, moo, moo.
But even if they only appeared in Austin, where it all started, they're just happy to be singing and serenading a positive message in song and dance. The kids are getting a real kick out of it, and just for the record, so are the parents.